Real people.
انت اخدتيه؟
Real footage.
In the name of Jesus, now speak out! Who are you? Number 2, Beelzebub. Who else?
And moments so creepy, they'll keep you up at night. These are the strangest, most unsettling encounters caught on camera. So sit tight and let's watch.
اللي معاي الشاب اللي كان معاي وين هو؟
If you live in a deserted area, it's better not to go out late at night. But this Arab guy didn't think so. He was outside his house when he noticed an old woman standing in the middle of the road. Out of curiosity, he went closer and froze. She looked strange. Her expressions were off, like she wasn't in her senses. He watched her for a while, but not feeling safe, he decided to leave immediately. Creepy encounter. In a small town in Japan, a man was working late at home when he began hearing strange noises outside. Curious, he stepped out to check, but what he saw froze him in fear. A tall, thin figure in white, with oddly long arms and legs, walking in a weird, unnatural way. While he watched in shock, it suddenly vanished. But the real terror came when he turned his head. It was standing right in front of him. Hopefully, he managed to escape somehow. Possessed recording. A strange video was shared on Reddit showing a woman recording herself while walking by the roadside. Her expressions looked odd, and her voice had an eerie, almost demonic tone. It seemed like she wasn't in control of herself, as if someone or something was controlling her. Online users had mixed opinions. Some were sure she was possessed, while others believed she just wasn't mentally stable. Mysterious woman. Let's head to Indonesia, where a man was exploring the woods and lost track of time as it got late and dark. While heading home, he suddenly heard strange noises nearby. When he looked around, he was shocked. It was an old woman who didn't look normal at all. Without wasting a moment, he left the place immediately, which was probably the right call. Under spell. We often hear strange things about North Korea, but this one is a bit different. In this clip, a group of people is holding a guy who looks unusual, and it's unclear why they're holding him. Suddenly, the guy starts levitating in the air. When they let him go, it's as if he's under some strange spell. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, so if you have any idea, let me know in the comments. Demonic session.
In the name of Jesus, now speak out! Who are you? Number 2, Beelzebub. Who else?
During a deliverance session, famous preacher Rikard Hartikainen claimed to confront spirits named Beelzebub, Moloch, and Baal, names linked to ancient demons. The possessed woman reacted violently as his prayers grew louder, the atmosphere turning intense. He kept reciting verses with full force, and after a long struggle, the woman finally became calm and normal again. It all happened on camera, and viewers are still debating whether it was real or something else entirely. Witch encounter. One thing I've realized is that in Mexican towns, it's never a good idea to go through deserted areas late at night. Another strange case came from there. A man was passing through a remote area very late when a creepy woman in a white dress, holding a stick, suddenly appeared in the middle of the road. She started walking toward his car slowly, her body eerily bent and her face covered. Whatever she looked like, it would have been terrifying. The man did the right thing. He reversed and left immediately. Mysterious woman. A group of friends were heading into the woods for camping when they suddenly noticed a strange woman standing there, her face completely hidden. Out of curiosity, one of them walked closer, but the moment he did, something happened. Maybe he saw her face because he screamed and ran back in fear. As they were leaving, the same woman appeared again at a distance. They escaped safely, but honestly, she looked more like a witch than a human. Creepy woman. Late night walks are supposed to clear your head, not fill it with fear. That's exactly what happened to a guy who saw a woman sitting on a bench. She seemed distressed, so he went closer to check, but got shocked. She looked unusual. Her eerie laugh sounded like someone else was controlling her. As soon as he stepped back, she ran toward him in an unnatural way. He escaped somehow, but one thing's for sure, he's never stopping to help anyone like that again. Shape-shifting woman. Locals say Peru's nights hold secrets, and one tourist found out why. While returning home, the tourist noticed a strange object outside their house.
What is that?
Just as they tried to check it out, things took a creepy turn. A girl appeared out of nowhere. Her face wasn't clear in the darkness, but her strange way of walking made everything feel uneasy. She went behind a wall and disappeared, and that strange object reappeared right where it was before. The whole thing became a mystery no one could explain. Serbian encounter. They say if you ever see the Serbian dancing lady, just leave immediately. But this guy probably didn't know that. He was on his rooftop when he noticed a strange woman outside, dancing in a weird, unsettling way. Of course, it was her, the Serbian dancing lady. He started observing her, and that was his mistake. Within seconds, she somehow spotted him, locked eyes, and rushed toward his house. Luckily, the door was locked, or things could have ended very differently. Scary little girl. A father took his daughter to the playground, and everything seemed perfectly normal. But then his daughter pointed behind him. When he turned, he froze. A small girl stood there, almost the same height as his daughter, but her face was extremely scary, like something straight out of a nightmare. It looked like the body of a child, but the face of a witch. The video ended right there, and no one knows what happened next. Possessed woman. Now this one's truly scary. Back in 2004, a Peruvian woman named Maria was said to be possessed. A priest was called to help her recover. At first, he spoke to her calmly, but the moment he mentioned the demon's name, her behavior changed. Her face twisted, voice deepened, and she became violent. The priest kept trying to cast it out, but many believe it was too late, and the demon never left her body. Floating woman. At first glance, this might look like a scene straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. It all happened in Romania. Near an abandoned building, locals were warned not to enter. From there, a creepy woman appeared. She didn't even look fully human, with an eerie walk and a terrifying face. But the real scare came when she suddenly levitated into the air. Was it paranormal activity, or the result of some strange experiment? You guys decide. Serbian lady. A woman shared a clip of what she believed was the Serbian dancing lady, as someone outside her house was dancing in the exact same way, but only their back was visible. People online had different opinions. Some thought that if you zoomed in, you could see the face, and it wasn't the back of the lady. Others believed she was lucky. The Serbian dancing lady simply didn't see her that night. Otherwise, things could have been worse for her. Unlucky encounter. This family just encountered La Llorona. She's a ghostly woman from Latin legends who wanders, crying for her lost children. It's said she drowned them in grief, and now roams the earth, haunting anyone who hears her cries. That night, she was right outside their home. I don't know if they recognized her or not, but they saw her. Now, whether something bad happens to them or not, only time will tell. Cryptid woman. A man from Colombia was driving home late at night, trying to take a shortcut through a quiet road, but that shortcut turned into a nightmare. Right in the middle of the road, he spotted a woman crawling in a way that no human should. Her movements were twisted, almost like some kind of cryptid creature. That one sight was enough to shake anyone up, and I doubt he ever took that road again. Black Charro. In a Mexican town, sightings of the Black Charro left locals disturbed. For a brief moment, the figure appeared, then vanished, leaving behind only the sight of a black horse. Now, if you don't know, the Black Charro is described as a tall man in an elegant black cowboy suit, riding a dark horse on lonely roads at night. But there's a darker twist. Many believe he's a ghostly spirit, or even the devil in disguise, tempting people into dangerous deals. Spirit return. CCTV footage shared online from an unknown source has puzzled many viewers. In the video, a woman in a white dress can be seen standing still, appearing almost ghost-like. Then a truck arrives to park, right on the same spot where she was standing, and strangely, she remains visible, as if untouched. People online were convinced that years ago, a woman had lost her life at that very spot, and this could be her spirit returning. Ghost family? Ever heard about a ghostly family? Sounds strange, right? But that's exactly what this CCTV footage seems to show. Early one morning, several dark, shadowy figures were captured, moving quickly toward the woods. Their movements were too smooth, too synchronized to be normal. People online tried to explain it, but no one could agree on what they really were. One thing's for sure, the mystery behind those figures might never be fully understood. Shortcut through fear. One night, a man got off work late and took a shortcut through the woods. It seemed like a peaceful drive until he saw a strange woman standing in the middle of the road, dressed in white. When he slowed down, her face looked terrifying. Nothing like a normal woman, almost like a witch. He quickly sped away and probably never took that shortcut again. Creepy gestures. These Indian friends were heading home when they saw a girl walking alone on the road. It was quite late, so they thought of stopping to offer help. But as soon as they did, she began acting strangely, suddenly making odd hand gestures that didn't look normal at all. They got spooked and left right away. What really happened that night still remains a mystery. Witch encounter. Back in 2019, in Indonesia, a local man heard strange noises outside his house. When he stepped out to check, he noticed someone sitting inside his van. As he looked closely, he was shocked. It was a strange woman with a pale face, almost like a witch. While he was still trying to understand what was happening, a small flame suddenly appeared nearby and started growing slowly. He had no idea what was going on, nor the courage to move closer. Then, just as suddenly, the woman disappeared, like she had done whatever she came for.
Está arriba en la troca, güey.
Unidentified being.
Puta madre. Puta madre.
Going into the woods after dark is never a good idea, but one guy in Peru didn't think much of it, and went anyway. At first, everything seemed normal, until he noticed a strange figure staring right at him from a distance. It didn't move, just watched him silently. He couldn't see clearly if it was human or something else, but one thing was clear. It was time to get out of there.
No, no mames, no, 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 no.
Mysterious people.
Eita.
In a small Mexican town, strange noises were often heard near the woods. No one dared to go there, but a group of friends, driven by curiosity, decided to check it out. As they went deeper, a group of people in identical clothes and white masks blocked their way, like some kind of ritual was happening. For a moment, they thought they were in trouble, but they kept driving, got out safely, and never went there again.
Pásame, acelera.
Mysterious being. Going to the beach at night sounds peaceful, but not when you see something otherworldly. That's exactly what happened to a man who went for a calm walk, only to notice a strange figure sitting on a rock at some distance. It stayed completely still, in the same position, with a white head and pale skin. Nothing like a human. In that moment, he did the only right thing. He left. Night Watcher. Locals in a small Peruvian town had gotten used to strange midnight noises, but one man decided it was time to find out the truth. He hid at the corner of the street, waiting quietly. When the noises started, he looked up and couldn't believe his eyes. A strange figure was there, probably upside down. It was too dark to see clearly, but he stayed still, watching, and since that night, it never returned. Witch Inquiry. One night, an Arab police officer responded to a strange complaint in a deserted area. When he arrived, what he saw left him speechless. A creepy woman dressed in white stood silently, her hair covering her face, her body bent in an unnerving way. Locals believed she was a witch who haunted that place. The officer froze for a moment, trying to process what he was seeing, then quietly left. And honestly, who would dare question a witch anyway? Unseen train. The case I'm about to tell you might sound straight out of a scary movie, so let's head to Romania, where in a small town, people often heard train sounds near the tracks. But here's the twist. No train ever passed through. Locals gathered to check it themselves. The sounds were clearly coming from the tracks, yet no train appeared. After witnessing it, they became convinced that a haunted train was passing through, though no one could explain it. Halloween Mystery. Last year, just before Halloween, a guy was decorating his house with friends when he suddenly realized they'd gone missing. He stepped outside and saw two strange figures across the road, both with horns on their heads. Because it was dark, he couldn't see them clearly and thought his friends were pulling a prank. But that changed when a car passed by and both figures vanished instantly. That's when he realized something was seriously wrong and rushed back inside. Cop encounter. During a routine patrol, a police officer heard strange whispers coming from the nearby woods. Thinking it might be someone in trouble, he went to check, but what he saw left him shocked. A woman stood there, her eyes glowing faintly, and her neck twisted in an unnatural angle. Realizing it was better not to stay another second, the officer quietly backed away and left the area. Possessed machines. You've heard about people getting possessed, but have you ever seen a machine get possessed? Sounds weird, right? But that's exactly what happened in this video. These machines, all taken from a gym, started moving on their own. Even here, they kept working by themselves, consistently, as if some unseen force was controlling them. No one really knows what caused it, but whatever it was, it definitely wasn't normal. Teleportation. Usually, when we talk about teleportation, it's about humans suddenly appearing somewhere, but this one's different. In this clip, a fast-moving car speeds down the highway, and the moment it passes, a dog suddenly appears right behind it. There was clearly no dog there before. People online are calling it everything from a glitch to teleportation. Guess dogs might have just joined the teleport club, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised anymore. Louisiana Highway Mystery. In Louisiana, a truck driver who traveled the same highway every week captured something truly unsettling on his dash cam. Sitting by the roadside was a strange woman with pale skin, unnaturally long arms, and a face that didn't even look human, almost as if she'd been part of some witchcraft ritual deep in the nearby woods. After that night, she was never seen there again, leaving everyone wondering who or what she really was. Shadow Chase. A routine police chase in Mexico took an eerie turn. As officers pursued a suspect, a dark, shadowy figure suddenly appeared, moving unnaturally fast right past their car. What's strange is that none of the officers seemed to notice it at all. However, a local who was filming from a distance captured the chilling moment on video. Since then, people have been debating whether it was a ghost, a glitch, or something far more mysterious connected to the case.
Caralho, o bagulho tá doido.
Mysterious light. A strange CCTV video shared online shows a car making a U-turn from the wrong side, when, at that exact moment, a glowing light speeds past out of nowhere. Luckily, the entire thing was captured on camera. Viewers had mixed reactions. Some believed it was the spirit of a lost soul, while others were convinced it was a ghost. Whatever it was, one thing's for sure: no one has been able to explain what really happened that night. Unnatural movement. What I'm about to tell you is something you've probably never seen before. A man was walking through the woods when he suddenly encountered a strange woman. She looked incredibly creepy, but the most disturbing part was how she moved. Her body stayed completely still, yet her feet kept walking, as if she was somehow moving forward and backward at the same time. The man couldn't believe what he was seeing. It just didn't make any sense at all. Half man. Have you ever seen a half-man? Sounds weird, right? But in a Romanian town, people were talking about exactly that. And guess what? A local actually captured it on a Ring camera. You can see it clearly. Only half the body is visible. The other half either isn't there or is invisible. It casually walked by, as if it were no big deal. There were a few other sightings, but then it disappeared forever. Vanishing guy. Earlier in this video, I showed you the vanishing man from Romania, and now it seems something similar has happened right here in Texas. It's not exactly the same one, but this guy was also caught on a Ring cam. At first, everything looked completely normal, but then his legs started fading away until they vanished. Watching this footage makes you seriously wonder, what's really going on in our world, and how do we even begin to explain it? Mysterious appearance. Watch this video closely and tell me, what do you think this is? At first, there's no one on the road, but the moment a truck passes by, a man suddenly appears out of nowhere and casually walks away. It almost looked like he was a worker from the area, but still, how did he just appear like that? Was it some kind of teleportation? Or maybe something even stranger? Headless man. Now this one is absolutely crazy. A headless man sitting in the back of a pickup truck, and that too in broad daylight. He's sitting there so casually, as if nothing unusual is happening at all. The people nearby seemed unaware, which makes it even creepier. I'm honestly not sure whether this was some kind of glitch or something real, but if it's real, that's truly shocking. Roadside horror. Did you know there's a road in Indonesia known for strange sightings? One night, a man was driving through it, completely unaware of what was about to happen. Out of nowhere, he noticed a strange figure standing by the roadside, its face pale and unsettling. For a few seconds, he couldn't even move, unsure whether it was human or something else. The eerie stillness of that moment sent chills down his spine. And honestly, who wouldn't be terrified after seeing that? Missing friend. An Indonesian guy went into the woods searching for his missing friend, but what he found was something he never expected. He saw a strange figure wearing the same hat his friend used to wear. Its skin was pale, and for a moment, it just stood still before slowly walking past him. That's when he realized it was his friend. But what had happened to him? He looked like someone who was no longer in control of himself, and since that day, no one ever saw him again. Mysterious man. Back in 2019, a strange case from Indonesia caught everyone's attention. Several drivers experienced something unexpected while driving on the highway. Out of nowhere, a mysterious man appeared right in front of their cars. They quickly swerved to avoid hitting him, but when they looked back, no one was there. The dashcam footage clearly shows the man appearing out of nowhere, almost like a ghost. And to this day, no one knows what really happened on that highway. Eerie encounter. Let's head to Mexico, where a man lost his way while driving through a distant, quiet area. At first, everything seemed fine until he noticed a woman dressed completely in white standing in the middle of the road. She wasn't moving, just staring down as if waiting for something. When she finally turned her face toward him, it looked straight out of a nightmare. The man quickly drove away and never returned to that road again. Tesla captures. Late at night in a quiet Rhode Island graveyard, a man drove his Tesla through the narrow lanes just to test something strange. What happened next stunned everyone. His car's sensors began detecting human figures, appearing and disappearing across the screen, yet no one was there. The driver, his fiancée, and his brother panicked as the figures multiplied, almost like shadows gathering around them. The man, a Tesla employee himself, confirmed it wasn't a glitch or hidden feature. Something unseen was truly being detected. Sinister doll. A woman named Stephanie went to a cemetery with her doll. After finishing her prayers, she began walking back, but then noticed something strange. The doll's eyes seemed to follow her every move, almost as if a soul had entered it. No matter where she turned, those eyes stayed locked on her. For you guys watching this from home, it might not seem that scary, but for Stephanie, that moment turned into a real-life nightmare she'd never forget. Miracle appearance. A father truly believed that his late son would visit the park where they used to spend time together. Fully confident, he prepared everything and went there, expecting to feel close to him again. Normally, anyone hearing this might feel only sympathy, thinking it couldn't possibly be real. But what happened next was unbelievable. As he approached the swings, they actually started moving, as if his son was there. It all felt real to him, and he enjoyed that moment before finally leaving the park. Eerie statues. A group of friends went to explore the woods and came across a locked villa, but the strange part was outside. Dark, eerie statues that looked unsettling, like something was wrong with them. Curious, they returned that night, and that's when they got their answer. A dark, eerie figure suddenly tried to attack them, moving as if one of the statues had come to life. Luckily, they managed to escape and never returned to that place again. Gettysburg Ghost. For the next video, we need to go back in history to 2001, when locals in Gettysburg often talked about ghost sightings. To get proof, a man went near the woods and set up a camera to capture the ghost. As evening fell, his plan worked. He actually captured the Gettysburg Ghost on camera. Every rumor turned out to be true, and you can see it too. After that, it's said that no one dared to enter those woods for a long time.
Right there. See?
Mysterious ghost. A video shared on TikTok by a Mexican man has left many viewers puzzled. In the footage, a ghostly human figure can be seen riding a horse in the middle of the night, captured clearly by his home's CCTV camera. People online have their own theories. Some believe it's the Ghost Rider, while others are convinced it's the Black Charro. If you don't know who that is, I explained it earlier in this video, so you might want to check that out. Ghostly talk. Being a security guard is never easy, especially on cold winter nights. I am saying this because a guard experienced something that proved it. He thought he was having a casual chat with a local resident during his night shift, but moments later, the control room noticed something strange on the CCTV. He was standing completely alone, talking to no one. They immediately contacted him and asked who he was speaking to. The guard replied that it was a local man who lived nearby. But here's the chilling part. That same man had reportedly passed away just a week earlier. Hearing this, the guard ran off immediately, terrified. Midnight mysterious tone.
Sekitar jam 3 kurang seperempat, guys.
Late one night, around 3 a.m., a man walking past a closed kindergarten suddenly stopped. He could hear faint gamelan music drifting from inside. The school was locked, completely dark, yet the traditional tune played as if someone was performing. He recorded everything from behind the fence, too scared to go closer. The music went on for minutes before fading into silence. Till this day, no one knows who or what was playing inside that empty school.
Suara gamelan guys ning jero guys.
And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. You've probably heard about headless creatures before, but what I'm about to show you will definitely leave you puzzled. In Indonesia, people were preparing for a local festival, but the strange part was the headless guy standing among them, acting completely normal, like nothing was wrong. Even more surprising, no one around seemed to notice or be disturbed by him. Now that's something strange. Maybe someone needs to visit Indonesia and find out what's really happening there.